Tacoma wearing navy with white stripes and navy socks. They will run right to left. It's the San Diego Sockers. It's the Tacoma Stars. It's kickoff in the Major Arena Soccer League Tuesday night, and proud to be presented on the CBS Sports Golazo Network. And when you say Sockers, don't forget that kicking K. As our supporters group, Los Brujos del 78, begin the thunderclap around Front Wave Arena, the whistle sounds, and we're underway with MASL action. It's Elvis Osmanovic and Servando Berna, our two officials on the floor tonight. Brian Elliott and Dennis Vargas are in the box. Here comes Charlie Gonzalez, leading Soccer's scorer with 4 goals and 7 assists. Playing over to the steady veteran and defensive captain, Cesar Cerda. Opening seconds, still looking for yellow on the field. It's hard to see a Soccer's match without yellow, unless it's like Star Wars night. Here's a ball knocked away by Tacoma. The Stars coming in 3-0 with all 9 points. They're third in the MASL 8-team table. This is their first road match. This is the first of 5 meetings between the Sockers and the Stars this year. Kyle Rivers saw the ball pop up, and then Michael Ramos trying to get ahead on it. But Boris Pardo, the all-time MASL wins leader with 138 in his career, spins it out to Cerda as the first minute spins off the clock. Busting in is Kai Briscoe, trying to put the Sockers defense under pressure. Taylor Bond lets the ball do the work and turns Correa along the southern wall. And back to Mitchell Cardenas. Sockers check in at 1-1-1 on the year, 4 out of their 9 possible points. That puts them in 6th place in the 8-team table. They're just 2 points out of 8th place right now. But the Sockers with 3 matches this week, tonight, Saturday at home against Empire, and then Sunday in Tacoma. It's going to be quite a test for San Diego. Second minute, and there is the answer to our roster question. Misa Lopez is going to be in for Nicasio. Eddie Na knocked away temporarily. Gabriel Costa there for San Diego. And so far, Brian, a very pensive start between these two.
Yeah, not a lot of possession for either side, really kind of just feeling each other out. A lot of energy as expected to start off the first quarter.
Here's Yahir Romero, former of Dallas and Tacoma. This is almost, and I mean almost, entirely a homegrown team from Washington State, this Tacoma Stars team. You go up and down the lineup, and there are 3 guys who don't have Washington by their hometown.
Yeah, they're doing it, I think, the way that we used to do it here.
Foul on Sean Callahan. Yeah, indeed. A local team and a lot of guys who have played together for a long time, which is a feature of both of these franchises. Meanwhile, taking a little bit of a nick on that tackle was Adrian Correa. He hopped off the field favoring his left calf, and let's hope that he's okay for Tacoma. Chase Hansen drives it wide of net, where Logan Jones looks to bring it down out to Yahir Romero. First 3 minutes of this 60-minute match. The 3-0 Stars and the 1-1-1 San Diego Sockers. Charlie Gonzalez, excellent work to pick that ball off, and he draws a foul stepping out of the double team.
I think something to watch as the game kind of goes on is Tacoma's known more of a counterattacking team, not necessarily known for their long lengths of possession. Sockers are going to be a little bit more possessive of the ball tonight, so we should start to see that. But right now, it's becoming a style that fits Tacoma better.
There's Luis Pirueta getting his first touch on the ball, the Yakima, Washington native. 3-0 this year with a 3.33 goals against average, and his save percentage a sparkling .767. Pirueta with 33 saves in the first 3 matches for Tacoma. Was talking to Danny Waltman before the game. Says Pirueta playing as well as any goalkeeper in this league right now.
Well, Danny would know.
Kai Briscoe and Cesar Cerda tangle shoulder to shoulder, no whistle. As Berna watches on the official. Reversing to the right side of the offensive zone. Tacoma trying to find some love in the corner. Serta gets pushed by Briscoe, and that time the foul is called when the two guys had a high-speed collision for no whistle about 20 seconds earlier. Nice crowd filling in here on City SC night on a holiday Tuesday night in North County, San Diego. Great to have all of you along for the ride as well, watching us live on CBS Sports Golazo Network, and a shout out to everyone watching us on replay later this week on MASL TV, including all you coaches out there dicing up the film. I see you, Abassi. Here's Charlie stepping into one just wide to the left on the Pereira tee-up.
The first bit of offensive possession, trying to find Nick's feet.
There he is in the corner, the beach soccer 100-plus cap veteran. Good race by Rivers. Bond trying to stay on his hip. That's Kyle Rivers coming down the left wall for Tacoma. Into the offensive zone across the yellow line and dropping it back to Nani Mendoza. Fourth year for Mendoza in the league and with Tacoma. Defender probing out to Nestor Hernandez, one of the only new stars this year. 37-year-old veteran. We've seen him in Ontario. We've seen him in Dallas. Seen him in Texas. We see him now in Tacoma. And we know Nestor Hernandez has a Superman jersey underneath that Tacoma Stars Navy kit that he's wanting to show off. He does it every time he scores a goal in the MASL. Look out on the crash. Eddie Nas open! Big save by Pardo in his first test of the night. Correa tried to step on the loose ball. Pacheco was able to run away from it. That was point blank. And Pardo got the right arm out. Callahan trying to reverse the ball to the middle. Charlie. Loved seeing the Brujos. Los Brujos del 78. Official supporters group getting into the drums, leaning into it. Here's Costa. Sockers have scored the first goal in all three of their matches so far this year. Mitchell Cardenas. Only one goal scored by defenders for San Diego so far this year. Only one goal scored by forwards so far for San Diego this year. Two trends that I think the club would like to see change. Here's the defender who scored the only goal for San Diego, the left-footer Drew Ruggles. Drew gets held by two hands, and that will be a foul called on Michael Ramos. Each player on the floor can take 3 personal fouls in a half without penalty. A fourth in a half is a blue card. 6 personal fouls in a game is ejection. Here's Sebastian Mendez. Out to Serta. As Brian Farber mentioned, a very patient but aggressive Tacoma team. They're looking to get the steal, and they're looking to counter when they do. This time, San Diego had 5 men behind the ball. So the Stars accepted a line change and a reboot. We're under 8 minutes in the first quarter. Next ball out of play or goal scored will be our first media timeout of the night. Drew Ruggles, dreadlocks flying. Correa. Mendez got his foot on it, but it's loose to Yahir Romero. Romero fires up and over the netting, and that brings us to said media timeout. The 3-0 Tacoma Stars. They've got the young legs. The Sockers trying to get their legs underneath them at Front Wave Arena. We're back with more first quarter burn from Oceanside.
From the Pacific to the desert, our members work hard, dream big, and always fight for what's important. For over 70 years, Front Wave Credit Union has been serving those who serve and helping our members take their financial plans to the next level. Because our value and values run deep, and we'll always fight for you with 100% commitment and no excuses. Open an account with Front Wave Credit Union today, and you could get a $350 bonus when you switch. Front Wave Credit Union. Dream big. We got you.
Please hold. Not medically necessary. Out of network. Request denied. Referral denied. Claim denied. Denied.
No score yet, just getting rolling here in the first quarter between the San Diego Sockers and the Tacoma Stars. Let's take a look at both clubs at a glance, starting with San Diego, 1-1-1, 4 points. Last year, 20-4. Charlie Gonzalez off to the hot start. Teams -2 in goal differential so far, looking for their first home win. We'll check on the Stars on the next break, as this one's brought down by Tavoy Morgan. And over to Felipe Gonzalez, making his season debut. Tavoy bounces to the bottom of the ball, and of course no whistle on that, and that allows Tacoma to escape. One thing that's really bedeviled Tavoy Morgan this year has been simply his balance, being able to stay on his 2 feet, controlling the soccer ball. See if that can turn around tonight. Tavoy looking for that first goal, so is Craig Childs. Two guys you're very used to seeing light up the scoreboard for San Diego. Manny Nicasio, take it away, but now Bond. Bond looking for his 4th of the year, and he's got it! Taylor Bond, out of nowhere! It's Bond, Taylor Bond. It's 1-0 San Diego.
Well, they get the steal here on the boards. They find Taylor in the middle. He's very patient with the ball. Makes a fake with his right, cuts it back to his left, and then inside the foot, just passes it into the near post. Well done.
Was that just a direct pass to him, or did a soccer take it away on the wall? I couldn't see. What I know is Taylor Bond's got now a team tying 4 goals. And at 8:27, the Sockers have a 1-0 lead.
Well, the crowd was looking for that, so another first goal of the game by the Sockers. Let's see how Tacoma respond. They have not played any games on the road yet this year, so see how that goes.
They gave Felipe the assist. So make that 4 out of 4 games, Brian, for the Sockers to get out on that good foot and take the 1-0 lead. Now, having said that, let me say that in the first 2 games of the year, a major issue was immediate responses from the opponent. So let's see if the Sockers on this shift can keep Tacoma dry in terms of scoring chances. It's in the Tacoma attacking zone. Costa does well to keep his balance with Eddie Naw all over him. Ball lifted out to midfield and brought down by Bebe Gonzalez. Here's Jose Bebe Gonzalez, brother of Charlie Gonzalez. Sockers with control, and that's a nice step in the right direction for San Diego fans. 3 different times, Sockers have given up a goal within a minute of scoring one this year. Pacheco. Jesus Pacheco, first year with San Diego. Speed into the corner, off the wall, Mendez scores! Walascora! Pacheco, Mendez, 2-0 San Diego.
I like that run from Pacheco. He's very selfless with the ball. He's used to playing in Baltimore where they use the boards a lot, so he got into the corner, played it across, and Mendez does the rest. Right-footed, tucks in the bottom corner.
First point of the year for Jesus Pacheco. First goal of the year for Sebastian Mendez. It comes at 9:42. That's 2 goals in a minute 15 for San Diego.
Luis almost got that one. I think he got his foot on that ball, but able to sneak it in.
Tyler John. And the Stars playing from behind now. John in the corner with Serta leaning on him. Chase Hansen. Romero and Michael Ramos. With Nick Pereira having come back to San Diego, Ramos is, as John shoots high, that was deflected for a corner kick. Michael Ramos is the new head man on the totem pole in terms of 148 goals, 231 points, active scoring leader for the Tacoma Stars franchise.
He's been there a long time. He's always contributing.
He's usually been the second forward. Now he's being asked to carry the scoring load for Tacoma, and he's done a great job. Romero could not get his head over that ball and saw it sail over the frame and out of play for a goalkeeper distribution from Boris Pardo. Boris came into this evening's action 17 saves away from 2,000 in his illustrious career, which has seen 138 wins against just 38 losses, a 469 goals against average. So we know he's got one so far tonight. Decent chance to set that mark this weekend.
Yeah, 3 games this week.
Here's Morgan stepping out of a double team. Tavoy goes to turf and draws the common foul. And this will be a free kick set up for San Diego. While Tavoy has not pierced the scoreboard yet this year, the one thing he has definitely done on a regular basis is draw these types of fouls.
Yeah, he hasn't been there. I think Childs is going to come around and hit this. If oh, they're giving the first one to Mendez.
And Pirueta was there.
I thought he was very aggressive in his setup. I thought he was looking to be the decoy.
Based on Craig's shrugs going to the bench, I think he thought he was supposed to shoot too. He did not seem pleased. Felipe jumped in on a steal there, Felipe Gonzalez. It's always great to see Felipe on the field for San Diego. It doesn't happen often enough for his liking or anyone else's. The 10-year veteran didn't play at all last season except for 3 games. Had 18 games in 23-24 when he knotted 11 goals, 7 assists.
Yeah, it's great to have him back. It's good to see the number 7 on the field.
Yes, if it's not going to be you. Here's Costa, fancy footwork. Puts it to the back post. Bondo looking for a brace. He was in too deep. Pereira.
It's going to be an interesting matchup with Nick. He knows these guys so well. They know him so well. They're practicing for years together, so they know what to expect. They're going to try to take advantage, try to put him on defense. They know how to do all those things because they learned it from him.
Right. Pardo, the press is on for Tacoma. They pick the ball off in defensive midfield, and they give it away. Childs with runners. Childs with Gonzalez. Charlie's got the ball in the goal! 1, 2, 3, the Sox are on a roll. Craig Childs' first point of the year. There's a steal and an assist, and Charlie gets his 5th goal to finish it.
Childs could have gone and taken this himself, but he knew Charlie was making the run. You could see he took a little glance, drew his defender a little bit, poked it, lifted it actually to find Charlie. Charlie did the rest. Looks like a nutmeg for a finish, and they go up with another one.
12-15 that time a goal. That's got to feel good for both players.
Yeah, Craig needed that. Charlie needed that. The fans wanted that. This is a good start.
Sockers haven't had this kind of blitz at home yet this year. Their first 3-goal run in a match came on December 12th, 4th quarter in Empire. Now they got it in the 1st quarter against Tacoma. That's when you want it, to build that lead, take teams out of their game plan. Here's Correa. Jamel Cox, the man known as Juice. 12 years for Tacoma in the MASL for Juice Cox.
He's got to be up there in points as well.
Indeed, 107 goals, 164 points. He's 2nd on the totem pole. I mean, we saw Juice Cox originally as a 21-year-old.
Yeah.
Making his debut. 33 years old now, still one of the faster players in the league.
It's possible. Not everybody gets slow with age.
That's true. Some stay fast. Not everyone.
True.
I have slowed down. However, I didn't start fast, so it's hard to tell. Jumping in on a steal, Jesus Pacheco for San Diego. Soccer's making City SC proud in these signature kits. And all the fans and coaches here watching. Jamel Cox trying to settle a bouncing ball. Rolled it to the middle. Charlie's there, looking to his left and right. He's got defenders behind him, and they're able to take it away. Kai Briscoe. Minute 15 left in the first quarter. All Soccer's in this quarter.
Got a couple players out there with some tired legs on this shift. They couldn't get off.
That ball ripped by Tyler John, but wide with the left foot. Charlie then played it behind his head, gave it away. Jones, well done by Pacheco, just to slide in between and give the ball a safe route back to Boris Pardo's waiting grasp. Final minute of the first quarter is live. Mendez goes sailing, and a common foul will be called. Soccer's players and a couple of fans in the stands pantomiming the pulling of a card, but this will be a common foul.
Mendez is very shifty, so he gets those little fouls a lot.
Pereira. Wall pass, looking for Mendez. Nestor Hernandez clears it. Is the counter on for Tacoma? 33 seconds in the quarter. Using the middle of the floor, it's Logan Jones. Michael Ramos over to Yahir Romero. He will probe right side. Pereira offered a little bit of defensive resistance on his way to the bench. Bebe Gonzalez takes over. Jose playing on the forward line, but you'll never see him on the offensive side of the field. He's what's known as a defensive runner. Jamel Cox, left-footed. Ooh, a little juggle by Pardo, but he gobbles it up in his crease. 4 seconds. He'll roll it to the corner, and that's how the first quarter will elapse. Quite a quarter for San Diego as they net 3 times. Taylor Bond, Sebastian Mendez, and Charlie Gonzalez, all within a 4-minute run of play. And with 15 minutes complete, it's the Sockers 3, the Stars 0. We're back with second quarter run from Oceanside's Front Wave Arena next.
At Front Wave Credit Union, we're all in on you. You're not just a number, you're a member. And we're putting $350 behind what we believe in. Get started today. Dream big. We got you.
Please hold. Not medically necessary. Out of network. Request denied. Referral denied. Claim denied. Denied.
Parents, if we're on screens too much,
what about you? So let's ditch them and go outside on safari
to hang with the coolest,
kookiest, tallest animals ever.
whoa, we can hop with them,
Get real close to them.
and every visit helps the animals.
But that screen you're on can't do it justice.
At the San Diego Zoo Safari Park.
Some positive forward momentum for the San Diego Sockers with a 3-0 first quarter lead, but the forward position hasn't seen much momentum for this team through 3 games. Only 1 goal and 3 assists total between the forwards Tavoy Morgan, Nick Pereira, and Craig Childs. Morgan and Childs, no goals in the first 3 matches. Now, those are their career totals in terms of goals and assists. These are 3 players who've combined for 700-plus goals in the league. They've got 1. right now, Brian Farber, that's something you just have to figure it's a matter of time, right?
It's definitely not going to be the way the season finishes, but it is interesting to see how the other teams are setting up defensively, how we're not able to really keep possession and turn them into good quality goals when you have guys like Nick and you have guys like Craig and you have guys like Devoy. They're all different, but we are not gelling as a team with each individual forward style of play, so it just hasn't been working.
I thought it was an interesting point you made during our commercial break, Brian, which was that each of the 3 goals for San Diego came on defensive zone, quick change turnovers, as opposed to really run of play, flow, offensive system type goals. So while the Sockers love this 3-0 lead, they could still build upon it with even better offensive play.
Yeah, and if Tacoma stops shooting themselves in the foot, it would be 0-0.
Here's Sebastian Mendez as the 2 teams switch sides. San Diego now attacking right to left across your screens, and Tacoma left to right. Charlie Gonzalez greeted by a double team. He's used to that. Over 300 points in the league. Gets past Correa, comes into the corner, shoots, and a parry by Pirouetta, and then Morgan shoots it high and over the net. Was that last touch by Tacoma? It was. It'll be San Diego on the restart. Sockers are asking for defensive clearance.
He kicked it out. Well, maybe I didn't see something down there, but sure looked like top of the box.
If they ruled that it was just a deflection off a shot.
He cleared it. He had his back to, he was facing his own goal.
Well, this is where they're going to take the kick. So.
Yeah, everybody's confused down on the field. So watch back post. Watch Craig. A little screen by Nick.
Childs wide open at the top. Instead, they're going to go across to Cardenas, into the corner to Pereira. And that free kick had mounted to nothing. Childs will redistribute. 2 forwards out there at once, Childs and Pereira. Now taken away. Coming opposite for the Stars. It was Nicasio to get the ball activated. He runs off. Michael Ramos runs on. Costa saw that one pop off of his body and all the way over the high netting, close to our Brujos supporters group. She leans into the drums here to start the second quarter. Well, don't forget, that ball they're kicking around was made by Miter, official game ball supplier of the Major Arena Soccer League. Established in 1817, Miter is one of the leading soccer brands worldwide. Learn more at Miter, MITRE.com. Miter ball is about to be manipulated. As such, Yahir Romero had his shot blocked by Gabi Costa. Now Nestor Hernandez. Pushing in on the steal, Pacheco. Pacheco takes the ball away, rushes into the corner, reverses. Taylor Bond hoping to be the beneficiary once again. Now Costa attacks on the north side. Really good crowd for a Tuesday night. Hoping for an even bigger one Saturday night with the Empire Strikers in. Free soccer sunglasses to all fans in attendance. Get your tickets at frontwavearena.com or sdsoccers.com. Both places take you the same ticket portal. Nick Pereira out of the double team, over to Drew Ruggles. Let the ball come to him. Played it out high middle, Cesar Cerda. Now Costa's pass intercepted by Ramos. Ramos stepping forward on counterattack. Michael Ramos bounces it off the wall. He was looking for a runner to come to the middle. Sean Callahan was there to diffuse the situation. Then Pereira got a big mid up. Calling his foot a mitt, but he's a big old leg.
I think Drew was looking for Callie out of the back and not Nick, and Nick didn't recognize that one, so knocked it down.
Cox with speed. The man called Juice put it into the middle, and Cesar Cerda pushed it out for San Diego. Recovered by the Stars, Nani Mendoza. Tyler John now. Tyler's really developed his confidence as a physical presence. Used to play midfield, just basically be a runner. Now he's learned the game with his back to the ball, or the back to the net.
Yeah, he got to play with Nick for how many years?
That's a blue card for a dreadlock pull on Tyler John. John pulled Drew Ruggles' dreadlocks. That's a no-no, and that's a 2-minute penalty on Tacoma.
That's a lot of times that happens to Drew. It's you know, it's not probably intentional, definitely not from John. I'm sure he wasn't trying to do that. But it's happened to Drew at TST. It's happened across this league for a long time. His hair is a challenge.
There you take a look again, and there's the pull. I mean, you could see it from up here. We're about 50 feet further back than those cameras, the camera's eye. And it was an easy call. And as you said, Drew's, you're never used to getting your hair pulled. That's such a terrible feeling. But it's just happened so many times that you kind of just saw that look of resignation, like, oh, God, again. And the thing that really bugs him is when it's not called.
2-minute bull card.
Well, yeah, for sure. And then
holding.
for it to not get called it's a foul. You can't let that one go. But then the situation for Drew is that he's, like you said, he's used to it. It can't feel good. I've never had hair that long ever. So.
Long enough to pull.
I try to keep it short.
I know. I just started shaving mine after COVID. Here's Charlie Gonzalez. Soccer's power play on the floor. They are 1 for 2 this season. 50% is good for top of the table. But here's try number 3. Craig Childs, Charlie Gonzalez, Gabriel Costa, Nick Pereira, and Sebastian Mendez. No Tavoy Morgan on the power play unit. Interesting to note. Nick's in that spot that you often saw Tavoy in the middle of the formation. Now he's gone into the corner. Minute 26 left on this man advantage. It started with 12:06 left in the quarter. It'll count down to either 10:06 on that running clock or to a Soccer's goal. Charlie, bird dogged by Briscoe, got it loose to Childs. He's got Mendez in the back post. Costa's down in the left corner, however, and gets it out to the open Gonzalez. Minute 6 on the power play. Pereira front and center. Spits it out for Charlie. Takes one touch. Down to the corner. Gets it back. Pereira's wide open in the middle. There's Costa. Kick save, pirouetta. Luis with his best save of the half. Still 51 seconds on the man advantage. Tacoma 0 for 1 on the PK. They've allowed it on the only power play that they've seen this year. Early days for all MASL counting stats. Costa's shot blocked by Briscoe, and a nice block out of play. Sockers will restart in front of the Stars bench with 32 seconds on the man advantage. Here comes Costa and Mendez. Seb hard back to Costa. Control of the ball. Pereira, 2 men around him. Costa, Mendez, one-touch shot, crossbar down and out. Charlie, 16 seconds. Trying to feed Nick. Partially blocked. Costa keeps it alive. Head by Nick. Back to Charlie. 10 seconds on the power play. Charlie. Mendez! Kick save. Pirouetta! Second try. Charlie taken away. Nick runs on it, but the power play is over. Out of the box, Tyler John. Ball's back to Boris Pardo when both teams are at full and even strength.
That was
good chances.
That was a good power play, so you can't really be sad about that in terms of the Soccer's standpoint. They didn't put it away. They hit the crossbar, had a couple of good saves by Luis. But ultimately, they got a few good chances, and that's really what you're trying to do in those 2 minutes.
Shots are now 8-3 in favor of San Diego. Morgan on the field. He's going to look for it from Serta. Tavoy. Stutter step. Couldn't get the shot away, couldn't keep possession. It was taken away by Kai Briscoe. You know, we spotlighted Tavoy Morgan to start the game, and it wasn't to put a negative halo around him, Brian. It was to note that this is one of the best scorers in the league. The guy who's gotten close to 40 goals in a season before. And it's unusual, as Bond will get whistled for that foul in the corner, unusual not only to see Tavoy not scoring, but his minutes have clearly been reduced, and he's not in a power play set piece situation anymore. Romero, wall pass, blocked by Serta. Costa dribbles it through the legs of Juice Cox, but Nestor Hernandez was there to take it back, and then another foul on Bond. That's 2 in a quick hurry on Taylor.
I'm not sure Taylor had intent. He pulled his leg back when he realized he couldn't get the ball, but maybe a little bit of contact there.
Bond, who, if we could mic him up for a game, he's one of the funniest dudes you'll ever hear on the floor. Gabriel Costa got it out. Pirouetta across his yellow line. Trying to give Obasi and Empire a scouting reel there. As Serta tries to dance his way through midfield, Cox took it away. Ramos with Michael Ramos, stutter step, shot blocked by Felipe Gonzalez. The San Jose veteran looking good out there in his first game for San Diego this year. Pirueta. Here's Eddie Na coming forward, another longtime star. Costa somehow sliding into the wall, kept that ball in play. Little pop fly back to Serta. Now it's Baby Gonzalez in hot water. He's trying to find his way out. Felipe in the deep middle to Charlie, fresh off the bench for the Sockers. Sockers hold and make some changes. Tavoy and Mendez come in on the front line. Charlie's looking for both. Spotting Tavoy. Ball pops off his foot. He brings it down and holds 1v1. Now Charlie says, Tavoy, clear out. Let's get you again. They find him again. Feed to Charlie. Charlie Gonzalez scores! That's what you want to see from Tavoy Morgan. Target forward play. He holds the ball. He spots his man. He feeds the run. And Charlie bags a brace for 4-0.
Yeah, the run by Charlie cuts back to the middle. Tavoy found him. Defensively, I think the angle that Charlie wanted was shut down pretty quick at his first touch, so cut it back to his left. Unlucky for Luis, he got a hand on it, but is still able to sneak it in there. 4-0 Sockers.
Well, let's take a timeout. Tacoma's going to talk it over. It's 4-0 San Diego as Charlie gets his 6th goal of the year. We're back with more from Oceanside after Network.
From the Pacific to the desert, our members work hard, dream big, and always fight for what's important. For over 70 years, Front Wave Credit Union has been serving those who serve and helping our members build equity and refinance with confidence. Invest in your future with a commercial real estate loan. From residential investment properties to industrial real estate, we've got you covered with 100% commitment and no excuses. Front Wave Credit Union. Dream big, we got you.
Parents, if we're on screens too much, what about you? So let's ditch them and go outside on safari to hang with the coolest, kookiest, tallest animals ever. Whoa! We can hop with them,
Get real close to them.
and every visit helps the animals. But that screen you're on can't do it justice. So let's get out here and join the herd. Park.
4-0 San Diego with the lead. A lead over Tacoma, not an unfamiliar situation as we take a look at the all-time season series. Going back to the 80s in the days of Steve Jungle and friends, 81-24 San Diego. But since these two clubs have met in the MASL, 40 wins for the Sockers to 5 for the Stars. Last season, 5-1 San Diego against Tacoma. Charlie Gonzalez being announced for his 6th goal of the season, 2nd of the night. It's 4-0 that goal at 7:10 of the second quarter as Tyler John brings it back to Chase Hansen. Now going through the league website as I did yesterday, Brian, I noted in 2014-15 some games attributed to Tacoma were played by the then Seattle team. You might remember them.
Yep.
So I can imagine Pete Richmeyer might have a slightly different number, the statistician for Tacoma. I just went with literally what was in the MASL website yesterday, going year by year, and it was 40 for San Diego, 5 for Tacoma/Seattle.
Was that the Seattle Impact at the time?
Impact, that's right. Gordy Gerson, and I don't really want to say anything else.
Yeah, we leave it there.
Yeah, we'll just stop right there. Gordy was on that team. Shout out Gordy in Utica. Hope you're well, my friend. Here's an awesome chance. Tyler John hipped it into the corner. He was 1v1 with Pardo if he could have brought it down. Now Hansen trying to dig in. Pardo just punts it into that corner. John pressuring Charlie Gonzalez. Charlie squirts out of there. Gets it to the bench where two guys jump on. And I think only one was supposed to. That's 6 men on the field for San Diego. And Tacoma is going to go on the power play, Brian.
That was, looked like Mendez at the same time as Cali, probably rotating together every other shift, trying to figure out whose turn it was. But then the ball was played to the door, so unfortunate. But now you got the power play unit on, see how they match up. And if Tacoma can get some momentum, this will be their first goal of the night. They can try to ride out the momentum.
I mean, speaking to it from a Stars fan perspective, you really want to get a goal here. Like, you don't want to keep it at 4. You really want to get a goal here.
Yeah, they started a little flat. Obviously some bad goals and some turnovers in the defensive end that just turned into converted goals, but they probably don't feel like they should be down 4-0.
Phil Salvaggio just threw a challenge flag. So obviously he doesn't think it was 6 men.
Yeah, I think what Phil's saying is that Mendez opened the door and then stayed in the crease and didn't attempt to play the ball and walk straight to the other door, which if his hand was on the wall, and in some cases you could argue is he's not in part of the play. Now the refs might look at it and say that he was a distraction and felt like he's part of the play.
Brian Elliott is the third man in the box. The third official is usually the one who is tasked with tracking that particular violation. It's often called from the box. And he's out of his warren there, chatting to folks out on the floor. I thought it was pretty obvious, but...
Well, he didn't try to make a play on the ball, and he just walked straight back. So there's been times where guys have stepped onto the field and then stepped right back off, or stepped on the field and then turned around and stepped off. It's going to be a matter of, did it look like he was involved in the play when it was being touched? Here it comes.
Well, it's...
I mean...
Come on.
They're going to...
I guess they could maybe argue that Mendez kept his feet inside, but then Pacheco's running off. I think it's 7 guys on the field, honestly.
As a defender, you're not sure who to defend, so they're gonna say 6 men.
All right. Well, the discussion between Elvis Osmanovic and the Sockers bench appeared to be over. He does have the red flag with him, so it looks like San Diego indeed will challenge. I thought they were potentially talking him out of it, but we're going to go to MASL video review.
I think the review is over.
Is it? Well, they never came. Oh, okay. So I guess basically they never went to video. There was a challenge, and I think literally the official said, dude, you're completely wrong. Your challenge is lost, and we're not even going to look at the video. We know we're right. I mean, 2 guys jumping off the bench at the same time is usually a pretty obvious sign. Okay, so while they get set up for the power play, that is a failed challenge for Phil Salvaggio. He's 1 for 4 so far this season. Yeah, while we wait, let's see. The Stars have been shooting their way across the MASL landscape, lighting up the net. Second best start in franchise history at 3-0. If they could win tonight, they'd go to 4-0. Only other time they did that was 10 years ago, 2015-16, when the club started 4-0. They've started 4-1 4 different times. Their best ever finish, 2015-16, they finished 13-7, tied with the Sockers, and then lost to the Sockers in the playoffs that year. This is the shorthanded attempt for San Diego. Stars power play is 1 for 5 this season. Sockers penalty kill is 6 for 7 on the good side, 86%. San Diego came into tonight ranked first in power play and penalty kill percentage.
Interesting. Let's see how they try to close this one out.
Well, this penalty began as the ball went wide of Pardo. With 6:26 left in the clock, it's counting down to either 4:26 on that clock or to a Stars goal. 4-0 San Diego is the score. Juice Cox shoots it off the Front Wave Credit Union logo. Sebastian Mendez to Juice Cox. And here come the Stars running left to right. Over a minute done in their penalty. 50 seconds remaining. Ball got away from Eddie Na, and the Sockers have it on their foot, shorthanded. And it's Jesus Pacheco, and he's got Mendez in front of him if he can get the ball there. Mendez trying to bring it down shorthanded. He's going to get the shot off and score! Oh, Shorty, I love ya! It's a shorthanded goal for San Diego and a high five. 5-0 Sockers.
Cerda stole the ball, was dribbling out of the back, poked it over to Pacheco. Pacheco get his head up quickly, finds Mendez on the run, controls it, cuts it back, and volleys it into the near post. It's a good combination between those two.
9:57 time of goal, still 37 seconds on the PK. And the Sockers bagged their first shorthander of the year.
Tacoma needs to try to figure out how to get this next 36 seconds of power play. They need to try to figure out how to get a goal.
You're not kidding.
They're definitely capable of it.
Nah, Michael Ramos, Juice Cox, these are the guys that got to get it going. Nani Mendoza, Yahir Romero also out on that power play unit. There's Romero on the left half wall. Dancing with 12 seconds on the man advantage. 6 men on the field penalty against San Diego. Na's shot high and wide and out of play. And that'll all but do it, as Pardo will be able to throw out of his net with 5 seconds left on the PK. I saw you got a text, Brian, noting that Tavoy Morgan was on vacation in Jamaica over the holiday break, perhaps as an explanation for not being on power play or set piece right now.
Yes.
Here's Kyle Rivers.
It might have been the reason why he's not on power play because he wasn't here for practice, but it might be the reason that he's looking a little sharper. He got a little R&R.
Could be as well, absolutely. Now, a lot of guys did leave the team during the holiday break and come back. But nonetheless, yeah, that's good news. Hopefully Tavoy a little rejuvenated. And I'll tell you what, that assist was just what the doctor ordered for this San Diego team. Under 4 minutes to play in the second quarter. Coming up at the half, our MASL halftime show on CBS Sports Golazo Network. I had the opportunity before the game to chat with the goalkeeper of the Stars, Luis Pirueta, taking the league by storm coming into tonight. Great story of a young man who has persevered in this league, served as an understudy behind 2 of the best goalkeepers in league history. Here's a steal. Here's an opportunity weaving in the corner for Tacoma's Manny Nicasio. He did well to take it, but he just brought it back out. So you get a chance to hear from Luis, hear part of his story, plus MASL in 5 with Alex Bastiavansky. We'll give you the first half highlights. All coming up on the halftime show. Ramos trying to spin. Cardenas stayed with him. Ramos got it back. And a save made by Pardo. He's fired up. Good look from right behind the net at that point-blank save from Boris Pardo. It sets up a corner kick for San Diego. Tell you what, these Brujos, and I've been, of course, one of my positions for the Sockers is as our supporters group liaison. Here's Hansen. Eddie Na, dribbling shot, kicked off the line. That's Bebe Gonzalez to prevent the first goal for Tacoma.
Good save by Bebe.
Cox weaving. Cerda and Costa helped take it away. Brought back by Chase Hansen. Hansen goes for it. Callahan rushed in. Got the takeaway for the moment. 2:42. Now it's Cox. Jamel Cox taking off his foot. Pardo had it. Pardo got hit from behind. Common foul on Eddie Na. Boris jumped out of the tackle, and now he's down. Always tough when you're not, sometimes especially, it might not even be that hard a collision, but you're a little off balance. You get hit in the wrong spot, your weight goes the wrong way, you never know.
You're also right on that line as a goalkeeper. If you go out of the box, it's a 2-minute on you, so you're definitely going to make it look like a foul.
Oh, look at this. Blue card is out on Chase Hansen for kicking Tavoy Morgan along the bench wall. Phil Salvaggio is just blistering the ears of Chase Hansen from the bench, gesticulating wildly. The Italian passion of Salvaggio coming out. He and Michael Ramos exchange words as well.
I think Ramos was trying to calm Phil down a little bit, but that's not really in Chase's style. He doesn't really like, I don't know. I've known him for a long time. I haven't seen him do a little of those extra kicks. He had his chance to get me a few times, he didn't. So I think that's a little out of character. Maybe it looked worse. Maybe it sounded worse from Phil's perspective. Chase is not a dirty player. Wow. But now they're man down. It's going to potentially cost him another goal. The way that the Sockers moved the ball in the last power play, I wouldn't be surprised if they get another one between Craig and Nick and people starting to find each other with a one-touch finish or layoff.
It has not been a good half for Tacoma, and it could go from bad to worse in the finish. Here's Mendez for the hat trick! Sebastian Mendez hat trick goal! 6-0 San Diego. Charlie gets his third point of the half on the helper.
Charlie gets his head up real quick, recognizes the gap right through the middle, finds the back post. Mendez does the rest. Good finish.
It took 9 seconds.
Yeah, you can see the ball here. Perfect angle. Little one-hop finish.
So a shorthanded and a power play goal. Mendez gets them both. The goal at 12:37. And Charlie Gonzalez, a 3-point half. He's up to 10 points on the MASL season. Now just a matter of San Diego seeing out what's been close to a perfect half in this match.
Yeah, it seems like the Sockers have been well prepared for what Tacoma was going to bring in terms of counterattacking game, because they've pretty much shut down all counterattacks. So they're winning the ball in the defensive end and turning them into goals.
What I was going to say earlier about our Brujos, our supporters group. You know, we've been working through the summer to the fall into the winter here to, as John shoots it towards them, to bring back supporter energy like we see at San Diego FC and San Diego Wave FC here at San Diego Sockers. And we've got so many incredible supporters, and many of them said to me after the second match, like, uh-oh, Briscoe on the steal. Briscoe brought down. This should be a blue card. It will be a blue card against Charlie, and it could be a shootout as well. But they were saying, like, wait a second, I thought you guys were the best home field advantage, and we were supposed to be the championship touch. Like, I thought we don't like to come to losses. Yeah. So I think they're, as much as anybody, they're enjoying it here tonight.
Are they getting a taste of what it feels like to be a Sockers fan normally? Those first two games were a bit of an anomaly.
And there's the takedown by Charlie. It will not be a shootout. There were plenty of men behind. But it will be a penalty. And this blue card begins with a great free kick chance. Tripping is the official call on Charlie. Cox off of his own man. John shouts in frustration as that ball hit him square in the solar plexus. And he could not nudge it on goal. 90 seconds left in the half. Power play could carry over for 23 seconds of the third quarter. And that's what San Diego wants to see. Tacoma really wants a goal. Moving the ball quickly from John to Yahir Romero with Juice Cox. Left wing, too slow a pass. Serta jumps on it for the Sockers. Four-car pileup on the 78 over there. Eventually spits out for Nani Mendoza. Final minute of the second quarter, minute 30 live at Front Wave Arena. 6-0, Sockers in control over the Tacoma Stars. Looking for their first win of the year, looking to give the Stars their first loss of the year. Juice Cox fires off the crossbar. Just a couple inches short of joy. Mendoza back to Cox. He might try it again. John trying to spin between a trio. Ramos in the corner. Ball spit behind him. Serta gets a touch on it. Cesar Serta trying to dribble out of a double team. John stole it back. 17 on the game clock. Romero, 13 seconds. Back out. It's Mendoza with 10 now. Nani Mendoza's shot blocked up in the air by Sebastian Mendez. He's doing it all. 5 seconds. Cardenas is going to touch it out of there and end the threat as Sebastian tries to get a shot away and a 4-goal half, but he'll settle for 3, which ain't too bad. 30 minutes complete from Front Wave Arena in San Diego. San Diego Sockers leading the Tacoma Stars by a 6-0 score. Charlie Gonzalez 2 goals, hat trick for Sebastian Mendez, scoring 1 full strength, 1 shorthanded, and 1 on the power play. Taylor Bond got things started and picked up the first goal of the match. Shots 11-7 in favor of San Diego. Second quarter shots 7-5 for the Sockers. And as we wait for Phil Salvaggio to be interviewed, let's take a look at that shorthanded goal. Well, this is the power play goal.
Yeah.
Right there. Too clean, too clean. You give Charlie Gonzalez that type of corridor. Wasn't even that big. It was a narrow hallway. But he still is going to be able to spin that ball right in on the foot.
Yeah, you got to put some pressure on the ball and try to get him get his head down, try to shut down that angle and not let it split you. That open man at the back post is supposed to be not dangerous unless he happens to be standing on the post. So good look from Charlie. He's also incredibly talented when it comes to picking out those passes.
Head coach Phil Salvaggio is down on the floor with our Tony Sanchez. Let's hear from Phil.
All right, Coach, we are here after our first 2 quarters of excellent action for the San Diego Sockers. What was a success for this team here in the first 2 quarters?
Yeah, we came out with high intensity and we kept it up the whole 2 quarters, and we got to keep that pressure up, and our defense has been spectacular.
And then what can you say about that shorthanded goal? And here's something we haven't seen this season so far.
Hey, those things just happen when the ball's bouncing your way.
Perfect. Good luck next second half.
So much, Tony. Appreciate it. Thank you, Phil. Let's take a timeout. When we come back, Tacoma Stars goalkeeper Luis Pirueta, Alex Bastravansi, and MASL N5 and first half highlights. All coming up. Lasso Network.
From the Pacific to the desert, our members work hard, dream big, and always fight for what's important. For over 70 years, Front Wave Credit Union has been serving those who serve and helping our members grow their businesses with confidence. Whether you need a vehicle to drive your business forward or gear to get the job done, we've got you covered with 100% commitment and no excuses. Open an account with Front Wave Credit Union today, and you could get a $350 bonus when you switch. Front Wave Credit Union. Dream big. We got you.
Please hold. Not medically necessary. Out of network. Request denied. Referral denied. Claim denied. Denied.
Parents, if we're on screens too much, what about you? So let's ditch them and go outside on safari to hang with the coolest, kookiest, tallest animals ever. Whoa! We can hop with them.
Get real close to them.
And every visit helps the animals. But that screen you're on can't do it justice. So let's get out here and join the herd at the San Diego Zoo Safari Park.
Race. Ruby's taking home that 4-pack of whale
It's our pleasure
watching
to bring
tickets.
to you now the starting keeper of
Good
Tacoma,
job, girl.
Luis Pirueta, who has taken the league by storm in the first 3 matches, putting up a 3-0 record. Luis, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, I know you've been an understudy to some of the great goalkeepers in this league, Chris Toth, Danny Waltman. Now you get a chance to have the net to yourself. What's that feeling been like? What was your mindset in terms of preparation coming into the year knowing that?
I think my mindset has always been just to be ready, stay ready, and then having those guys mentor me the last 4 years, it's been amazing. They both are great people and help me inside and outside of the field as well.
Now, when you talk about inside and outside, that's a big part of training too, right? Because you come from an outside keeping history, but they don't have those walls there and the angles and whatnot. What has that transition been like for you?
Well, I think I started with Danny. I don't know if you guys knew that 4 years ago. I was the third string actually back in Tacoma when I first started. And Danny kind of started teaching me the ropes, and then Chris came, and then now Chris taught me I stole two things from both of them, so the best of both worlds, and I kind of made my own game out of it. So, I mean, thankful for both of them. I really appreciate both of them.
Yakima and Tacoma aren't places exactly close to one another. What has been kind of your journey in terms of just being a part of this club?
Yeah, I think travel's been crazy. I'll tell you that for sure. And not a lot of people come out of Yakima and are able to do what they do what they love for a living. So I think I just keep enjoying the moment, and hopefully we go to 4-0 tonight.
Of course. Now, when you talk about that, I mean, when people say surprising, it's only in that Chris Toth, Nick Pereira, guys who have been known as Tacoma stars for so many years, not being there. But this is a young team. I've watched every one of your matches. You guys are out running. You're hustling for one another. What is the feeling in the room right now?
I think a big thing with everyone in the room is we play as a team, and we'll all fight for each other. So I think that's a good thing. They all believe in me. I believe in them, and that's something that the locker room needs, and we have that. So it's special to have that. And I think as long as the season keeps going, we're just getting better and better.
Well, it's been an incredible opportunity to get the chance to meet you here, Luis, and to introduce you to the fans. And best of luck as the season goes forward.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Nice to meet you, too.
That's Luis Birueta. I'm Craig Elston. We're right back with MASL in 5. First half highlights, second half kickoff. All still to come on the CBS Sports Colosso Network.
From the Pacific to the desert, our members work hard, dream big, and always fight for what's important. FAKHR-E-ALAM Credit Union has been serving those who serve and helping our members build equity and refinance with confidence. Invest in your future with a commercial real estate loan. From residential investment properties to industrial real estate, we've got you covered with 100% commitment and no excuses. Front Wave Credit Union. Dream big. We got you.
Not medically necessary. Out of network. Request denied. Claim denied. Denied.
Parents, if we're on screens too much, what about you? So let's ditch them and go outside on safari to hang with the coolest, kookiest, tallest animals ever. Whoa! We can hop with them,
Get real close to them,
and every visit helps the animals. But that screen you're on can't do it justice. So let's get out here and join the herd at the San Diego Zoo Safari Park.
Alex Bastivansky here in our MASL studio. What's going on, everyone? Hope you had an absolutely incredible week. There's a lot that's gone down over the past few days. Let's take a look at that, plus at what's coming up in the league this week.
Into the post. Flores turning, shot, save, rebound, follow! He scores! And Milwaukee wins it 7-6!
Not a bad home opener for the Milwaukee Wave last week. They were taking on old school rivals Baltimore, and they gave their fans something to cheer about, but they made them wait for it. The Blast was up by 2 heading into the final quarter, but they couldn't shut the door. Mario Alvarez tied it up with just 32 ticks left on the clock, and of course Sanchez won it in overtime. St. Louis is proving to be one of the best stories in the league this season. They marched into Empire and managed to hold off the Strikers 5-4, and in the process picked up their first ever win against Empire. The Strikers tried to get back on track against Tacoma the next day, but they fell victim to the best story in the MASL so far, Tacoma. The Stars improved to 3-0 on the campaign, picking up the tight 3-2 victory. St. Louis tried to keep its hot streak going at home against KC, but their Missouri rivals continued to be their Achilles heel. It was close, but no cigar for the boys from the Gateway City as they tied it up late in the fourth, but the Comets took this one in a shootout 3-2. They're now 3-0 on the campaign against their in-state rivals. Who was hot last week? Well, the man they call Super Mario was once again Mario Alvarez, instrumental in that Wave comeback against Baltimore, potting 2 goals, including the late tying marker that sent it into overtime. And the man they call the Brazilian Rob Lowe, Paulo Nascimento. He went 1-1, but was absolutely stellar in both contests. Overall, he stopped the ball 31 times over those 2 games, and he allowed only 6 goals. And his teammate Jeff Machad continues to have a rock-solid season for the resurgent Ambush. The MASL veteran is second on the squad in scoring so far. He posted 2 goals plus a helper over 2 games for the Ambush. He now has 3 goals and 3 assists on the campaign. New Year's Eve, 3 big matchups to check out. Baltimore and Utica to face the Blues, who have only played twice so far this season. They'll be trying to notch their first win of the campaign. Kickoff 3 p.m. Eastern. Say hi to my buddy Phil Levanco if you see him there. Empire traveling to Milwaukee to face the Wave, who have yet to lose in regulation time this year. 4:05 Eastern, the kickoff time. And these 2 teams will be sick of each other for the 6th time this season. St. Louis is facing KC, the Battle of Missouri. 4:05 Eastern kickoff at the Family Arena. Your scoring leaders, Zach Reagan continuing to lead the way with 14 points. Teammate Dom Francis in second. Sanchez in third with 9, tied with Andreos. And Rion Marquez rounding out your top 5 with 8 points. Players of the week, it's Philip Ajamado taking the honor once again in goal. Alex Sanchez from Milwaukee getting the offensive nod, and Robert Palmer again getting the defensive honor this week. Let's start with Sanchez, absolutely instrumental in that comeback win over the Baltimore Blast. 4 goals in the contest, including the game winner, of course, in overtime. And Robert Palmer getting it done defensively as well as offensively. In 2 games, he had 4 points, and just as importantly, he had 4 blocks for the Strikers. And Philip Ejimadu, massive 23 saves in that shootout win over the St. Louis Ambush. Okay, it is time now for your plays of the week.
He's running down the bottom of your screen, cuts in on the right. Cox with a shot and an early goal. We're just over a minute played, and Jamel Juice Cox sets up
San Diego and Kansas City.
Middle of the box, Rivera turning shot and goal.
Watch this again on the replay. Good ball in by Silla.
Top down field, Falzone trying to get turnage, juggles it over Hollywood. Falzone, he shoots, he scores! Oh, baby!
Going at Briscoe, little step over, he takes a strike, he beats Beretta near post. Where has that been all night for the Strikers? It's 3-2.
Isak is pressuring Carvalho. The pass into Williamson, he fires it, and he scores!
Alex ahead for Mario, walking in, shot and a goal!
Correa's got John to his left, John in behind, John!
Be salivating 1v1.
Torrealba, right foot, right into Ejimadu, and that is the ball game.
For the Wave, and here he goes down the sideline.
Into the post. Flores turning, shot, save, rebound, follow! He scores! 7-6.
And that is going to wrap things up for this week. But just a reminder, all throughout the season, to stay up to date with everything that's going on in the MASL, be sure to check out the league's official social media outlets. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
From the Pacific to the desert, our members work hard, dream big, and always fight for what's important. For over 70 years, Front Wave Credit Union has been serving those who serve and helping our members grow their businesses with confidence. Whether you need a vehicle to drive your business forward or gear to get the job done, we've got you covered with 100% commitment and no excuses. Open an account with Front Wave Credit Union today, and you could get a $350 bonus when you switch. Front Wave Credit Union. Dream big. We got you.
Parents, if we're on screens too much, what about you? So let's ditch them and go outside on safari to hang with the coolest, kookiest, tallest animals ever. Whoa! We can hop with them,
Get real close to them.
and every visit helps the animals. But that screen you're on can't do it justice. So let's get out here and join the herd at the San Diego Zoo Safari Park.
Not medically necessary. Out of network. Request denied. Referral denied. Claim denied. Denied.
The Major Arena Soccer League is proud to welcome you back to MASL Soccer on the CBS Sports Golazo Network. It's the San Diego Sockers with a 6-0 lead over the Tacoma Stars. Third quarter kickoff coming up shortly. Along with Tony Sanchez and Brian Farber up here in the booth, Craig Elston with you. This game presented by MASL Soccer. MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. All the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more. Speaking of highlights, let's bring you the highlights from the first half. Naturally, it was all San Diego and opportunistic steals. There's the Felipe Gonzalez giveaway to Taylor Bond. Cuts from right to left. Beats Nestor Hernandez for 1-0. Jesus Pacheco on the steal. Wallace Scora to Sebastian Mendez. 2-0 Sockers. Craig Childs on the steal. Lovely lofted pass to Charlie Gonzalez. Charlie finishing it off. It was 3-0. Good save by Luis Birueta on the power play. Sockers did come up empty on the man advantage first time. Birueta a big part of that with a couple of key saves. But then Tavoy Morgan in the second quarter. Great hold-up play. Got it to Charlie. That shot off the hand of Birueta and in. This is a short-handed goal for San Diego. Sebastian Mendez on the counterattack, and then on the power play, picking him out in a mailbox slot that he shot the ball through Charlie Gonzalez to Mendez for his hat trick. Sebastian scores even strength, short-handed, and man advantage power play in the same half, and the Sockers with a 6-0 lead, Brian.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting second half. I like to watch body language. Right now I watch the Sockers come out up 6-0, smiles on their face, but they're taking the warm-up serious. I'm watching Tacoma come out a little flat, not their standard kind of warm-up where they're running, getting themselves actually warm and ready to go. They're standing around a little flat, kind of like, I don't know what the right word is, but it's surprising to me right now looking at the guys that I know very well, Ramos and Cox. These guys are standing around a little bit flat-footed. I think they're a little shell-shocked from the way that they started their first half, disappointed in the performance. But I think that they know whatever they just had a conversation with Coach Becker and with Steve back in the locker room, Corey Keats as a veteran standing in there talking, is that they know they have to do better right now. So we'll see what they do on this first possession. They are they can't continue like this, and they know it.
The Stars are in navy with white stripes on the shoulder. Navy socks running right to left. The Sockers in their City SC signature kits, honoring one of the biggest youth soccer organizations here in North County. They're wearing white with orange and blue stripes, white shorts with blue stripes, white socks running left to right. Third quarter kick has happened. Third quarter's underway as we roll on CBS Sports Golazo Network, and Manny Mendoza fires it over the frame and out of play. An immediate turnover to the San Diego Sockers.
They did need to force a shot. You know, they only had like a 23-second power play to get down, so trying to get first real chance that they had, they took.
Still 6 seconds on that man advantage, which came at the end of the second quarter. But that's about to end. Charlie Gonzalez waiting. The door swings open. Gonzalez is out, and both teams are back to full and even strength. In the first half, Horace Pardo 4 of 4 on saves. That means he's 13 away from 2,000 in his career. Somebody's got to keep track, and that person is me. So
that's your job.
So we're going to keep track.
I heard that Drew Ruggles is 2 goals or 1 goal away from 100 as well.
He is 2 away from 100 in his MASL career. That is correct. Also, while we're bringing out personal flowers, how about one for Nick Pereira, who tonight is appearing in his 200th MASL match. Nick Pereira in the 200 MASL club. He is the all-time MASL assists leader with 245 coming into play tonight. Do you know what Drew Ruggles is the all-time MASL leader in, Brian?
2-minute fouls.
Penalty minutes. 181 PIM in his career.
Not surprised. It was from all the time in Florida.
Yeah, exactly. Here comes Logan Jones. Charlie Gonzalez diffused that pass across. Tacoma just desperate to get one and get a different feel for the game. Right now, it's got to be like their lips are numb.
Well, I don't know if I was ever down 6-0, but I would imagine being down a couple of goals is the feeling is you have to just get one. Let's just get one, and then let's see what happens. And, you know.
Oh, this could have been the one, but Briscoe couldn't get a shot on that Cardenas giveaway. Now Charlie coming forward. He has 2 goals and an assist in the first half. Passed it off to his brother Bebe. Back to Drew Ruggles. Drew a 2-minute foul that the Sockers converted on in the second quarter. Ruggles sent it blind up the wall. Taylor Bond, who got the scoring started for San Diego in the first quarter. His 4th goal in 4 games. Then Hernandez and Serta tangle. Common foul called against the Sockers' defensive captain.
The other thing here that Phil is coming out and talking to the Sockers about is that they're focused on trying to keep this clean sheet right now. That is something that Phil does. If we go into a halftime and you have not given up a goal, we put more emphasis on defense. You reiterate the defense. You don't say it's okay if we give 1 up or 2 up. Boris right now is on a shutout. You don't talk about it until it gets broke.
Right. Oh, you just did. By the
well,
way,
I can talk about it.
Right.
You don't talk about it on the field.
Got it.
The curse of the announcer is a known thing. So, and I just here to happy.
People have said it to me many times. I'm just saying.
I'm happy I could join that party.
Here's Ramos. If he scores right here, you'll know exactly what I mean.
I will be getting a text message from Boris as soon as he hears this broadcast.
Correa back to Ramos and over to Misa Lopez. Now Eddie Na. Well, you're safe. He didn't score right on that one.
Nice.
So now we're good. Here comes Mendoza cruising in. 11:18 left to play in the third quarter. Mendoza's pass knocked away by Bebe. Now Mendoza, and here's Correa trying to feed the back post. Pardo was there.
That's a defensive team effort right there, laying out 3 guys on the ground. Like I said, it's been definitely communicated in the locker room.
Good burst of energy by the Stars. Nicasio went for a tumble. Sean Callahan's got his head up with runners in front of him. Feeding Drew Ruggles. Wallace score a pass. Looking for Childs in the middle. Childs called for the foul.
Drew was looking for Craig in the middle. It was a good look.
Smart play. If there's one thing that you'd love to see in a game where the Sockers have the lead, that's where you start to look at some of those individual boxes getting ticked, right? And a goal for Childs, a goal for Tavoy are two things that this club and locker room is hungry for, seeing their forwards put goals on the board. John trying to go first time. Cardenas blocked it away. Chase Hansen spinning off the wall, setting up Romero. Yahir Romero, pinned down pass to John. Faked it one way, shot it the other. Jamail Cox's shot high and wide. And then Hansen with a boot up near Callahan's forehead, but no contact. And Logan Jones recovers for Tacoma. Stars came in a perfect 3-0, but all those wins were at home. They had allowed only 10 goals in 3 matches. Then they gave up 6.5 here at Front Wave Arena. And maybe a chance for more. Charlie with Felipe Gonzalez, 2v1. Charlie to Felipe, takes a touch to the middle, second, third touch. His shot blocked by Logan Jones, who read it all the way. That was a choose-your-own-adventure book that Logan had already peeked to the next page. He knew exactly where Felipe was going. 9:15 in the third quarter.
Felipe's first game of the year, first minutes in a while, so I think he's working out the rust. I think Charlie fed him that ball, hoping that he would just take it on his own and kind of get that first goal.
Nick Pereira draws the double team. Perfect pass on time to Cesar Cerda. Refeed. Cerda thought, or Nick I should say, thought that Cerda would be making a run to the high middle. Instead it was picked off by the Stars. Tacoma in the midst of a change. Pereira does just enough to slow them down, but Romero is ahead of the action, and then Nick comes back and gets the steal. Well done by the City SC coach, showing the kids to not give up on a play, even if you're the forward.
And then he scoops it up off of a defender out of bounds for the possession. It's good to see Nick work back. Good to see the forwards work back in general.
Yes.
They have freedom to go forward.
Good ball, Costa to Cerda. Nice two-handed push. Perfectly executed right there by Kyle Rivers. And then great speed by Briscoe. Briscoe surging in, wall pass. Boris with the geometry to slow it down.
This is the other thing about indoor soccer, is that so many things can go your way. Bounces can go your way. Bounces can go not against you. The Tacoma Stars have had so many balls go against them tonight. It's just kind of luck of the draw in some cases.
That's a handball on Cerda.
And they've been good bounces for the Sockers. So this score line doesn't necessarily reflect the first half perfectly, but the Sockers do deserve to be leading this game right now, but maybe not 6-0.
Briscoe working in the corner. I think you said it really well in the first half in terms of the first quarter was more about Tacoma errors in their zone being capitalized upon, and the second quarter was a lot more about the Sockers extending their influence on the match.
Absolutely. But the confidence in the second quarter was stemmed from the bad decisions on Tacoma's first couple goals they gave up.
7:15. Next ball out of play or goal will be our media timeout for the third quarter. No scoring yet in this frame. I think with this scoreline where it is, it makes you start to think about a lot of credit to be given as this ball's off the wall. Brought back down. Hansen tips it out. Nas shot blocked by Callahan. Charlie tips it outside the zone. A lot of credit to be given to the veteran leadership of the San Diego Soccer's locker room, coming together, circling the wagons over a holiday break. Lots of injuries. I mean, Tony basically was reporting from outside an infirmary with his pregame chat there in terms of so many guys that have been hurt, nicked, banged up. Leo in and out of the lineup, Costa in and out of the lineup. And for the team to rally together and put together a really strong performance like this, it speaks to the Childs, Cerda, Charlie, veteran leadership, Boris Pardo of this team.
Absolutely. When you start off the season lower than expectations, somebody has to step up, and this is probably being internal from the locker room and also the staff, getting these guys, stayed focused. 2 games don't define your season. Snap out of it.
That foul drawn by Correa for this dangerous set piece for Tacoma with 6:09 left in the third quarter. Stars need a goal. Hansen will try and get it, but he feathers one wide. Romero out to Michael Ramos. Tyler John and Ramos and Romero. And a reminder that winning on the road is hard in the Major Arena Soccer League. Look at Baltimore. They went to Tacoma. They lost twice. When they've played at home, they've beaten good teams twice. Kansas City and Milwaukee won by multiple goals each time. That one skipped out of play, and it's brought us to the media timeout. So let's take it. San Diego 6, Tacoma 0. It's NASL action on the CBS Sports Golazo Network, and we'll be right back.
From the Pacific to the desert, our members work hard, dream big, and always fight for what's important. For over 70 years, Front Wave Credit Union has been serving those who serve and helping our members take their financial plans to the next level. Because our value and values run deep, and we'll always fight for you with 100% commitment and no excuses. Open an account with Front Wave Credit Union today, and you could get a $350 bonus when you switch. Front Wave Credit Union. Dream big. We got you.
Not medically necessary. Out of network. Request denied. Referral denied. Claim denied. Denied.
Permanente.
San Diego Soccer's reminding their fans about the good taste of home cooking. How about that all-time MASL home record? 102-11-1. At Front Wave Arena, 12-1-1. Of course, the 1 came this year, but they're looking to add a win tonight with a 6-0 lead. Nothing like a 90% all-time winning percentage at home.
Yeah, I can remember those days.
Morgan tries to head it on for Costa! The foul's on Gabby. No goal. No goal.
It's a tough call. Probably a push in the back, but it was a great finish.
It sure was.
Well, now he's found the back of the net, so I think he's got a taste for it. He wants another one.
Oh, here he's got another chance, too. Gabby Costa off the wall. Tried to push it inside right post. Costa, along with Sebastian Mendez and Luis Morales, who's not here tonight, are going to be heading to the Kings League international competition, and they will miss quite possibly the next 3, 4, or more matches for San Diego! Drew Ruggles just one-timed the pass out and pushed it back in the net. That's like a volleyball spike for 7-0.
High press the ball, but it's just more of the same. It's the bad bounces for Tacoma and the good bounces for San Diego continue to happen here in the second half. Drew I mean, Drew is just putting pressure on the ball, and then he's 1 goal away from 100 now, so congrats to Drew.
That is career goal number 99 in the MASL for Drew Ruggles. That's our first unassisted score, although I guess you could give Misa Lopez an own goal helper. By the way, I have a report from our sideline reporter, Tony Sanchez, down on the field that as we take another look, you'll get a better look at this Drew Ruggles goal.
Got pressured all the way back. He just kept the run, kind of stayed with it, and then just stuck his leg out.
Report from Tony Sanchez down on the field, Brian. Taylor Walter Bond has gone back to the locker room. Apparently had heating pads on his legs during halftime. Something stiffened up. Taylor's walking back toward the San Diego Soccer's bench right now. We can see him in the tunnel, but might be the end of the night for Taylor Walter Bond.
Well, if he's at risk of anything at this point in time with a 7-0 lead, you just don't risk it. Pretty standard protocol, but hopefully it's nothing serious because the Sockers really need Taylor, and he has truly stepped up into the role that he has this year. I think he's a bit of one of the unsung heroes of the season so far. Considering everything that's gone on, Taylor's been pretty consistent.
Pardo.
It's a great save from Boris. Little mix-up in the back. Got to get Mitchell on nah.
Here's Correa and the Stars saying, hey, Seahawks have come back from 7-0 plenty of times. But as there's only 1, 2, 3. Am I crazy, or are there 4 players on the field for Tacoma?
Yeah, there's only 4.
There's no power play.
Well, it took him 30 seconds to figure it out.
Kai Briscoe just jumped on the field. Well, Tacoma, I mean, I respect the 3-0 start, but I think you should play with a full complement of players.
Yeah, that was a mix-up on there, and I don't know what the line was, but I was aware of it from up here, so you got to take advantage. Soccer should have put pressure on that ball, but I was trying to find out if maybe he was hiding in the corner.
Sockers were screaming for too few men on the field, but that's not a penalty. Here's Nah. Wall pass. Cardenas wards it away. Charlie tips it out to the running Mendez, who's on a 4-goal performance tonight. He's already got a hat trick in the first half. Mendez forward to Costa with Childs on the back post. Get it to Kreger. Just missed. Just missed. Costa now. Gabi spit it back for Felipe. Rips it off the high frame in play. 2:10 left in the third quarter. Costa past Serta. He and Cox collide along the half wall. Ball out to Cesar. Birretta. 2-corner pass skimmed by Costa back to Childs. Craig battling with Adrian Correa and then called for a foul in the corner with 1:51. He and Kai Briscoe have a lovely chat on the way back to the bench.
And Kai's telling Craig he's a little too handsy there. I think Craig is telling him, easy.
That's fun, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Capelli Sport, the official and exclusive preferred uniform and apparel provider for the MASL. Visit MASLsoccer.com to shop the all-new MASL fan store for the latest team gear. Another Wallace score try. Pacheco kept it out of the crease. He and Serta doing a good job on that back line for San Diego on this shift. Minute 20 left in the third quarter.
The more the game goes on, from a player's standpoint, the more important every defensive shift is for San Diego. Right now, Boris is on the S word. I won't say it again. But at the same time, you know that. You're very aware of that. Goals are less important. Defensive plays are more important.
Pardo looking for that ball off the wall. It's going to go out of play. That's defensive clearance against San Diego. We're in the 45th minute, final minute of the third quarter, and this will be our first for either team top of the arc scoring chance. This is Tacoma's best look yet at breaking onto the scorecard.
Let's see what they drew up here. Their first top of the box is going to go with their best play. Maybe Ramos coming around? Nope.
It's going to be Cox trying to feed it back to Ramos off the Mendoza top arc feed. Now they're just going to keep it rolling. Romero blocked by Cardenas. Pacheco off his knees coming forward. Ramos tries to hold him off the ball, and he does. And a reset for Tacoma with 33 seconds left in the quarter. Stars just, at this point, not thinking about the scoreline. They're just trying to get a foot back on the moving conveyor belt that is this match.
Well, we have seen, comebacks. I think it just happened this last week. with Milwaukee giving up 6 goals to Utica.
Yeah, that's true. 6 straight. Of course, now they need 7. Here's Charlie trying to make it 8. And he put it high. 4 seconds for Tavoy. He's going to get called for a foul. And that'll end, for all intents and purposes, the third quarter. No blue card there. Mendoza goes down. And both sides leave unrequited. Stars wanted a blue card. Tavoy wanted no foul at all. And in the middle is this. A soft pass, a long shot that hit the left post after the horn had sounded. And a 1-0 quarter for San Diego. 45 minutes complete. From Front Wave Arena in Oceanside, California, it's the Sockers 7, the Tacoma Stars 0. Fourth quarter action is
At Front Wave Credit Union, we're all in on you. You're not just a number, you're a member. And we're putting $350 behind what we believe in. Get started today. Dream big. We got you.
Not medically necessary. Out of network. Request denied. Claim denied. Denied.
Parents, if we're on screens too much, what about you? So let's ditch them and go outside on safari to hang with the coolest, kookiest, tallest animals ever. Whoa, we can hop with them.
Get real close to them.
And every visit helps the animals. But that screen you're on can't do it justice. So let's get out here and join the herd at the city.
the every match tradition of the Frisbee toss had an absolutely heartbreaking conclusion. You just saw the very end of it as our Jason draws the boos of the crowd. The goal is to get a Frisbee into one of those barbecue pit bowls. And if you do, you win half of the prize pot and a chance to win one of those barbecues at the end of the year. And somebody landed a Frisbee, Brian, on the adjacent tray.
The hopper.
Yeah, where you'd have the meat cooling. The Frisbee was cooling there. The question was asked by our Scott Hammond, is that good? Jason picked it up and waved it off, no goal.
Yeah, he's the referee of that game, so I guess he gets to make the decision. If I was the guy throwing the Frisbee, I'd be pretty upset.
Well, the only folks upset around here are in Tacoma Navy. It is 7-0 San Diego Sockers. A very important week, a big week, getting off to a great start for San Diego. Our next broadcast will see the Sockers take on the Empire Strikers. That'll be this Saturday. Of course, across the New Year line will be January 3rd, 2026, 7:05. And that game, for the first time, the MASL will appear on Fox Sports 2, national broadcast. We've got a national broadcast here. CBS Sports Golasso will be on Fox Sports 2. Brian, Tony, and myself coming up this Saturday. And whenever the Sockers play the Strikers, it's big time. This has turned into a real battle.
Yeah, it's become a real rivalry in the last couple of seasons.
Meanwhile, the Tacoma Stars will head home, and they will chill until Sunday. when the Sockers will have to fly up to Tacoma and take on the Stars, who will be lying in wait. That'll be Sunday at 5 p.m. So in the end, it'll be 3 games in 6 days for San Diego, including the always difficult home on a Saturday, fly to Washington State on a Sunday morning, and play that same day at 5 p.m.
It's one of the tougher trips of the season. Also, Tacoma's going to want some sweet revenge after the way that this game has started.
Final quarter here as the Stars are looking to break that 0 on the scoreboard. Nick Pereira sending out Sebastian Mendez, who had a hat trick in the first half. Mendez drifting in on right wing. Stutter step, just shoots it into the midst of Luis Pirueta. What a great kid, getting a chance to chat with Luis at halftime. You know, talking to Danny Waltman, the longtime keeper who was with us last season at the end of the year, Brian. Luis makes his day job in his hometown of Yakima. He sells insurance in Yakima, Washington. He has to drive 3 hours to Stars practice, and he does it every day.
That's admirable. That would be a tough thing to do, but look at what he's proven. I mean, he's got himself in the starting lineup.
Nah! Kicked off the line by Drew. Ruggles keeps the whitewash alive. Now the throw out by Pardo. He's got Charlie for the hat trick. He scores! And in addition to what he's doing between the pipes, Boris Pardo is on the scoreboard with an assist. What a beautiful throw out to Charlie for 8-0.
I'm sorry for the Tacoma Stars fans if you're listening, but this is an example of what the San Diego Sockers team needs right now. Boris Pardo has a ball saved off the line. He's working on a shutout. Drew puts himself in position, makes a save. Boris gets it, collects it, and finds a streaking Charlie and gets an assist 10 seconds later. That's indoor soccer for you at its finest.
Pardo's first assist of the season. He turned right around to the Brujos to celebrate. And for Charlie, his team-leading 7th goal of the year, he's got a hat trick. And now, Danny Waltman is making his season debut in net for Tacoma.
It's good to see Danny back out there. I was talking to him before the game. Happy that he's back in Tacoma Stars. He's a legend of this league and of this franchise. So it's great to see him right now on the field.
I mean, Danny Waltman's a legend of indoor soccer, period. Back at Detroit Ignition. Of course, with the Missouri and then Kansas City Comets, part of that 20-0 team. Championships in Milwaukee for Danny. Ramos off the wall. John tries to settle back to Ramos. He went between his legs. Bebe Gonzalez kicks it out. There's 13 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Now 44 years old. Danny was such a pick-me-up at the end of last season. This one through. John tried to get a parallel run. Got a touch on it. Spins down, draws the foul on Serta. It'll be a corner kick for Tacoma. But after being retired for 2 seasons, Waltman was called into action late last year as a backup. Regained that love of the sport. And I asked him, I said, well, they gave you a call to come back, huh? He said it was more like I was pounding on the door of the facility saying, let me in, please. I want to come back and play.
Yeah, he's got a great relationship with the ownership, Lane. And see him back in the Stars uniform right now is awesome. And hopefully he doesn't give up any goals so he can build off of that.
There's Danny with the ball in his mitts. Now, if you missed our pregame report, I think it certainly does bear repeating that the Sockers, who intended to split net between 2 MASL goalkeepers of the year in Pardo and Chris Toth, they have lost Chris Toth for potentially up to 2 months with a broken, dislocated finger on his hand. He's got it in a splint. He's got it taped up. I saw him before the match. He said, I'll be back strong, but toward the end of the season. So This is now Boris Pardo's net. The backup keeper is the unproven youngster Nathaniel Lindquist, who has never appeared in a major Arena Soccer League match. And so 3 games in 6 days, it's probably Boris 3 games in 6 days. So for him to start things off with this stellar Player of the Week type performance, trying to get another shutout in his career. Oh. Time.
That time.
I know, I stopped myself. I just feel bad. But see if the Sockers can run the other way. That one off Costa's foot and out of play. 11:45, still an eternity left in this one.
Yeah, Boris is going to have to play all 3 games. Chris having surgery, I think, next Tuesday. The average person would be out 3 months, is what they said. Chris is hoping to be back in 6 weeks. And, you know, back in full training. So not an ideal situation, but it's a good thing for the Sockers that they have 2 clear #1 goalkeepers to rely on.
Pardo's got the ball on his mitts. Thinking of a multi-point game in addition to everything else.
Sockers are really starting to move the ball, and they're actually starting to move off the ball, if that makes sense. The players that are looking for each other are starting to think a little faster, connect. I've been watching the game so far this season. They just felt like there was not a lot of off-ball movement, which wasn't creating angles, wasn't creating lanes, wasn't creating none of this movement that we see right here was happening in the first couple of games. So now they're being rewarded for the all movement. Now they're finding each other, all these assisted goals. It's nice to see from a soccer standpoint.
So that, as Callahan passes to Pacheco, this is a chance. Pacheco saved by Waltman. Pacheco gets it back! Blocked away. Jesus just spun around that ball for another chance. Childs off the wall. Grabbing the outside of his right leg. Just missed. Looking for #9 for San Diego. That stat that we're not going to say the name of.
Yes.
I'm looking at the MASLsoccer.com player page for Boris Pardo. And in his 12-year MASL career, according to the website, there's a 0 on that number.
Interesting. I know we've been really close for him a few times. I thought we had one. Oh, no.
I kind of did too. Here's Romero. And he shoots it wide with John missing on the back post. So we could be seeing history here tonight, potentially. This is the spinning Nicasio over to Romero. Yahir Romero. Here's Charlie on a steal. Over to Mendez. It's no empty goalkeeper. Tacoma's not going to do anything silly. Up 8 or down 8-0.
Not now.
No need. Here's John. Wall pass, looking for Cox. Heads it over the net. It's on the top of the goal, which does not count.
Although they do have some great 6 attackers on their team, so they could try it.
Yeah, Juice Cox is usually their 6th man.
Yeah, he's very good at it.
Serta. Working forward. At this point, the left side of your screen, not that important. Right side of your screen, that's where the story is. And flying all along that wall was Kai Briscoe. He drew a foul for his club. Seen Briscoe's speed tonight. Correa, good hustle.
Yeah, they're very athletic. And then you still have Ramos and Juice on top of that.
But as Brian noted, the bounces certainly haven't gone Tacoma's way tonight. And then after those 3 early, almost like pick 6 interception type goals against, that just, whatever maladies San Diego felt coming into the match were all gone away. It was the healing salve that gave this club that confidence and swagger again. And I mean, since then, it's really been pretty tour de force for San Diego overall. Now, they'd still love to get a couple of individual milestones here. And here's Rivers, just missing. He had the back post, nobody there for Tacoma. Hansen on the steal on the pass back. Tavoy does well to win it for San Diego. He was the one who gave it away, and he brought it back. Hearing from our intrepid man, the man of MASL social media, Jack Williams, double-checking my question. The only shutout Boris ever had was in a mini-game
playoffs
against Texas in the playoffs, so no 60-minute shutout in his MASL career. So this could be indoor history for a man who's already etched his name throughout the soccer's record books indelibly for all time. The club's all-time wins leader in the modern era, and the league's all-time wins leader with 138, working on number 139 tonight. When we come back, the closing run of this, the drama has changed from the scoreline to one side of
From the Pacific to the desert, our members work hard, dream big, and always fight for what's important. For over 70 years, Front Wave Credit Union has been serving those who serve and helping our members build equity and refinance with confidence. Invest in your future with a commercial real estate loan. From residential investment properties to industrial real estate, we've got you covered with 100% commitment and no excuses. Front Wave Credit Union. Dream big, we got you.
Parents, if we're on screens too much, what about you? So let's ditch them and go outside on safari to hang with the coolest, kookiest, tallest animals ever. Whoa! We can hop with them,
Get real close to them,
and every visit helps the animals. But that screen you're on can't do it justice. So let's get out here and join the herd at the San Diego Zoo Safari Park.
Catch MASL Monday every Monday night on MASL TV, on YouTube, and here on the CBS Sports Golazo Network. Alex Pastravansky and Phil Levanko are joined each week by special guests from across the league to recap the weekend's action and discuss the hottest topics in the league. That's MASL Monday. Don't miss it. 8-0 San Diego. Under 7 minutes to play. Boris Pardo, the 41-year veteran who over the course of this weekend will tie his teammate Chris Toth for the most career starts in MASL history. He's in his 186th today, Chris at 188. He came into the night 17 saves short of 2,000 saves in his career, second to only Chris Toth. He's the all-time wins leader with 138 victories. He's got an assist with his arm tonight, and he's 6 minutes and 20 seconds away from something he's never done in his indoor career. A 60-minute zero. Tacoma will try and spoil the party. Like that dude who makes just a really crass joke at the end of a great evening out and just kind of, puts a stain on the night. That's what a goal would be from a San Diego perspective. Here's a shot by Romero wide. The rebound comes out to Correa. Felipe Gonzalez and Nick Pereira battling for possession, but the Stars maintain with 5:45 to go. Cox lined up and blocked by Mendez. Romero puts his shot high into the netting for a goalkeeper distribution.
The interesting thing about the position that Boris is in right now is that Phil, Coach Salvaggio, is a former keeper, and he fully understands the level that it takes to get one of these. And so you can bet that every time that they meet, that last timeout, he was pulling them together, explaining how important it is defensively.
Pardo puts Correa on skates and adds nifty footwork to the menu tonight. Costa racing back, and track back is everything for the remainder of this game. Childs trying to send in Felipe Gonzalez. Felipe turns around with a double team about him and maintains possession for San Diego. Working the 55th minute to the nub.
We might have some conflicting
Well, no, that was the mini-game
that
shutout.
Was the mini-game?
That was the mini-game, I believe.
8-0 in a mini-game?
Oh, man. Good question. That would be a playoff game as well. That's different than a regular season game.
Yeah, playoffs. It was a playoff game.
Save Waltman.
Boys.
He is listed as one career shutout in the playoffs.
There you go.
So it would be his second of his career, but his first in the regular season.
All right, well, it's still important. We're not going to...
We've sorted it out. I appreciate all the help from everybody around the league.
I can give credit to Xavier Williams on that one, my friend. Thank you. Shout out to X. Wish you were here, kind of, but, you know, you're not. You're in New York.
Yeah, well, you know, hope to see him soon.
For sure.
4:13 to play. Pereira. On the night that his tandem mate is out for months, Pardo making a statement tonight. Don't worry. The King of Queens is still here, between the pipes and ready to lead this club forward. Soccer's trying to get back to the 500 mark, pick up their 5th, 6th, and 7th points of the season. And importantly, get their first home win of the year in front of this great crowd and the supporters group. Los Brujos del 78, who continue to bang the drums while doing the wave along with the rest of the crowd. Now that's something you won't see at San Diego FC, guys. Back to Rivers. Kyle Rivers. Pass to Hansen on right point. Soccer's in full defensive mode now. Pereira working hard in front of his City SC students. Charlie got it loose. Mendez flipped it over to Nick. Fun aerial passing by San Diego at the end of minute 57. Minute 58 begins. 8-0 San Diego. Now, if people in the league want to keep feeding me great stats for the recap, how about the last Soccer's shutout overall in the regular season? It might be back to Chris Toth. 2017-18.
Yeah. Well, of course, didn't get one.
Right, that's what I'm thinking. Here's Childs looking for number one, and it's off the high frame. 2:22 left to play. It's hard to get a shutout. I remember a Riley Swift shutout in Tacoma in the PASL days. Nah! Just missed the near post. That was the first in modern soccer's history. Riley Swift on a Sunday afternoon up at Tacoma.
I remember that.
Jamel Cox wide left. Jones back to Nestor Hernandez. Saved by Pardo. We're into minute 59. 8-0 the score. Morgan wins the ball. Morgan dancing. Morgan still on it. Back to Charlie. Time is on your side. Yes, it is. Pardo with 9 saves tonight. 8 away from 2,000 in his career. Working on a career first in the regular season here tonight. Mendez. Morgan missed on the corkscrew shot. Hernandez for Tacoma. They will not add a 6th man. And minute 60 is live at Front Wave Arena. Boris Pardo and the Sockers up 8-0. Trying for the King of Queens' first MASL regular season shutout. Can Ramos and the Stars put a rancid cherry on top? Not this time, as the ball bounces right to Boris's mitts. And there's 36 seconds left. And Pereira heads it, and it's missed by Felipe. And this could be their best chance. It's Romero, and it's Pardo with the diving save, his 10th of the night. That's the biggest one so far. Under 30 as the clock stops, and the ball goes to San Diego. They play it deep. 20 seconds to go. Crowd coming to their feet. Pardo's got it. That should do it. He fires it out with emphasis. There's 6 seconds left. Boris Pardo is the MASL's all-time wins leader, and he's got his first career MASL regular season shutout. Full time! 10 saves, 1 assist. Oh, Boris Pardo. He does it in an 8-0 win.
Congratulations to Boris. Soccer's really actually needed that, but it was all started from a couple of three goals in the first quarter and then some stellar defense. And then as the game unraveled, everybody started to know what was happening for Boris, and they stuck to it, committed to the defensive side.
3,077 were here in the house. Thousands more will say they were witness as Boris Pardo has a career highlight night.
Look at the goalkeeper love from Waltman, Luis to Boris. I think Chris is happy for him. Oh, there, yeah, Toth is there right now, congratulating him on it. I mean, that's the sign of a true teammate right there. Congrats.
Handshakes all around. Sockers get their second win of the year. And you know, as Xavier texted me too, it's a pretty good point. I mean, even harder than a regular season shutout would be a playoff shutout, right? I mean,
yeah.
So you really got a glittering pair now in the cupboard and the trophy case of Boris Pardo. He's heading up to midfield. Here's the man of the night with our Tony Sanchez.
All right, we are here with player of the game, Boris Pardo, who had a shutout here at Front Wave Arena to close out 2025. Boris, what can you tell me about this game?
Those guys right there walk around, give high-fiving the fans, each and every single one of them. It's them. You know, we each play our part, but they defended, they blocked, they marked everybody up that needed to be marked, and hats off to those guys. I appreciate the recognition, but it's more for the team.
And what can you tell me about this crowd that was here backing you guys here in the last game of the season?
Unbelievable, guys. Thank you for coming out. I hope everybody had a great Christmas. Have a safe New Year. And come back out to support us. Thank you very much for tonight. Tonight was special. Thank you, everybody.
Boris Pardo, player of the game. Let's give it up for the San Diego Sockers.
Nice stuff, Boris. Much appreciated. What a special night. Again, over 3,000 in the house. We'll come back and put a button on it next. 8-0 Sockers on Pardo's shutout night here on the CBS Sports Golazo Network.
From the Pacific to the desert, our members work hard, dream big, and always fight for what's important. For over 70 years, Front Wave Credit Union has been serving those who serve and helping our members grow their businesses with confidence. Whether you need a vehicle to drive your business forward or gear to get the job done, we've got you covered with 100% commitment and no excuses. Open an account with Front Wave Credit Union today, and you could get a $350 bonus when you switch. Front Wave Credit Union. Dream big. We got you.
Not medically necessary. Out of network. Request denied. Referral denied. Claim denied. Denied.
Day. Parents, if we're on screens too much, what about you?
So let's ditch them and go outside on safari. To
hang with the coolest, kookiest, tallest animals ever. Whoa! We can hop with them.
Get real close to them.
And every visit helps the animals. But that screen you're on can't do it justice. So let's get out here and join the herd at the San Diego Zoo Safari Park.
He also had the one.
Eight 0 final score. San Diego Sockers over the Tacoma Stars. Craig Elston, Brian Farber up in the booth with you. Tony Sanchez, we thank him for his great work on pregame, halftime, and with the postgame interview of the man of the match, Boris Pardo, a 10-save shutout, his first career regular season shutout, second career MASL shutout. He blanked the Texas Outlaws in a match 2 first-round playoffs in 2023-24. 3 stars in this match. Charlie Gonzalez with a hat trick and an assist. Sebastian Mendez with a hat trick. And, of course, the man on top earning his league-leading 139th career win, Boris Pardo. Let's bring you the highlights of the second half. Of course, it was 6-0 at the half. And really the big question started to become the 0 as opposed to the other side. There's one of Pardo's key saves. We were just chatting about it as you see that goal. This is full match highlights, pardon me. There's Taylor Bond for goal number 1. These are 3 quick turnovers in a row by Tacoma in the mid-first quarter. There's Childs picking one up and feeding Charlie Gonzalez. Very unselfish play. It was 3-0 after 15 minutes. Pardo put to the test on a gentle one here. Really his hardest save, probably the first one. Great hold-up play by Tavoy Morgan to get it to Charlie Gonzalez, who spun that one off Pirueta's mitt for 4-0. Then Sebastian Mendez took over. That a short-handed goal off of the Serta Steele and Pacheco assist. There's Pardo with another parry, sending that one up over the crossbar that was ticketed to go underneath. Then for the coup de grace to end the first half, Charlie Gonzalez, beautiful twisting pass diagonally to Mendez, who plucked it out of the air first time for 6-0. That was the halftime score. Here's Charlie for the hat trick. That one coming for 8-0, and that was on a Boris Pardo assist. Pardo emotional at the end as he collects 10 saves, has some thanks for the Brujos, and comes out with his first regular season career shutout. Brian.
That's amazing. Congrats to Boris. I think this game was 2 different stories. The first quarter was a tale of turnovers from Tacoma, which grew the confidence of the Sockers with 3 quick goals. And then as the game wore on, second half, it started to become known that we were protecting a shutout for Boris. Even with the curse of the commentators, he still stuck through it. So congrats to him. You had 2 balls cleared off the line, Bebe and Drew.
Yes.
And you can't lay out how many times the players were laying out for blocks. They're fully committed to it. That's a sign of a team starting to come together, and that was not the case a couple of weeks ago. So it's a positive sign for the Sockers.
Yeah, I think big stepping stone. And again, repeating some of our stories from the beginning of the match. I mean, you come into this match, Brian, and I'm writing out I've got one corner of my score sheet for injuries, and I almost filled the whole thing. Luis Morales absent, won't be here. He's going to Kings League. He'll be gone. Chris Toth, finger, out for 2 months potentially. Ben Raymond with a back. He's been out. Leonardo de Oliveira, who came back and really powered them in their first win, back out with a leg injury. He's hoping to play on Saturday. Juan Salazar hasn't played all year with a foot. Keiko Gontan was one of the best midfielders in the team for 2 games. He's out for the last 2 with a foot, going to be out longer term. Marcel Roknapur out with a foot. Luis Ortega's out all year with an Achilles. Matt Herlo, they signed him as a rookie. He's got a broken foot. Quentin Ivey's a backup. He's got a leg and a cast. And tonight, Taylor Bond came off lame, although he came back to the bench and hopefully will be okay for Saturday and Sunday. But the point being, that's a lot of guys who have been out. Sebastian Mendez and Gabriel Costa are about to join Morales at Kings League and also leave the Sockers in the midst of this 3 games in 6 days, including a back-to-back Saturday here and Sunday in Tacoma, Washington. So for all of that, for Boris Pardo to step up, show leadership, Charlie Gonzalez, Craig Childs with an unselfish assist, Tavoy Morgan, Drew Ruggles blocking a ball off the line. So many things came together for this veteran team tonight, and a night that they really needed to have it.
Yeah, you nailed it right there. It started to come together for the Sockers, so it's pretty cool to see. But again, it kind of comes back down to the commitment on defense is really what's built this team's championships the last few years, and it kind of got away from the first couple games. So they're committed to it again. You could see, we'll see how they come out on Saturday here in this building again, and then they head off on the road for 6 straight games.
Speaking of which, our next broadcast in the Sockers' next match will be Saturday. Brian, Tony, and myself right back here with you, all new for the MASL on Fox Sports 2. National broadcast, Fox Sports 2, Saturday night. We'll be on the air live at 7, kickoff at 7:06. And we look forward to seeing you. If you can't make it out here in San Diego to the match, and you should, it's going to be a huge one. MASLsoccer.com, SDSockers.com, FrontWaveArena.com for tickets. But if not, join us on Fox Sports 2, where Brian and I will have the commentary and Tony the sideline reports for the Sockers and the Strikers, their 3rd matchup of the year, each team having won on the opponent's floor. Let's see what the rubber match early in the season will bring on Saturday. Brian, any closing thoughts?
No, it's just good to see the guys gelling. It's starting to happen. You have a team full of superstars. Regardless of all the injuries, it's always the next man up here in San Diego, and you get your chance, you try to hold it. And some of these guys are super important to this team. And you can start to see the movement off the ball, like I pointed out earlier, is starting to be more evident. I don't know what they did in training last week, but they looked well prepared for Tacoma tonight.
And we'll see what brings Saturday and Empire. Until then, we want to say thanks to our Emoda staff for doing such an incredible job, as always, this evening, and always deeply appreciated for every one of your hard jobs and the work that you have done. In addition to that, I want to say thanks to Tony Sanchez for sliding down from the booth to do sidelines for us tonight. For Tony and Brian Farber, I'm Craig Elston reminding you of our final score. A Boris Pardo 10-save shutout with an assist as a cherry on top as the Sockers blank the Stars 8-0. And now, so long from Oceanside.
At Front Wave Credit Union, we're all in on you. You're not just a number, you're a member. And we're putting $350 behind what we believe in. Get started today. Dream big. We got you.
Not medically necessary. Out of network. Request denied. Referral denied. Claim denied. Denied.
Parents, if we're on screens too much, What about you? So let's ditch them and go outside on safari to hang with the coolest, kookiest, tallest animals ever. Whoa! We can hop with them,
Get real close to them.
and every visit helps the animals. But that screen you're on can't do it justice. So let's get out here and join the herd!
Park.